If your bank balance is not written down and protected on paper, it is not really yours. It just belongs to the next crisis that arrives. Welcome to Jinjin's Cosmic. The new moon in Scorpio rules shared resources, debt, taxes, inheritances, secrecy, and transformation. It asks you to look straight at what you avoid and to sign what protects you. If you are between 40 and 60, and you found this on October 21st, that is not an accident. Scorpio does not ask for more effort. It asks for more depth. It wants the leaks sealed in the places people almost never check. Over the next 30 days, we will reassign the order of your money through a Scorpio lens. You will have fewer leaks, fewer power struggles, fewer secret stressors. You will gain sovereignty, quiet strength, and real protection for the people you love. You need only one small signature each day. Every signature is a boundary. Every boundary is a piece of calm. When Scorpio cleans the basement, the whole house steadies. Here is the path we will walk together. A one-page pact with yourself and your household. An automatic transfer that pays you first. A deposit and milestone addendum for anyone you serve. A review of beneficiaries and a limited financial authorization. Fixed recurring costs for the next 6 to 12 months. Insurance riders that fit your age and clean cyber practices, and a simple legacy packet designed for Scorpio-level peace. If you cannot say your real numbers out loud, your money is already making decisions without you. Scorpio starts with truth before comfort. We name the real issue on paper so the shadows lose their power. Hidden debts, unspoken family loans, unclear ownership, cash income with no record, tax surprises that no one wants to calculate. What we face, we can fix. What we avoid, we feed. Write the list, date it, total it, and decide one next action for each line. That is how pressure becomes a plan. Power in Scorpio is not volume and not charm, it is structure. Documents turn pleading into partnership. Deposits put weight on the scale. Milestones define progress. Late fee rules protect your time. Pause clauses protect your nervous system. When terms are clear, you stop chasing and start choosing. Put it in a page. Keep the language human, and let the paper carry what your voice should not have to carry alone. Protection beats performance. The people who look safe are often the ones who put the nets in place when no one was looking. Beneficiaries updated and named. A limited financial authorization so someone you trust can pay the urgent bills if you cannot. Insurance that covers the rare but ruinous events. Passwords stored in a manager, two-factor turned on. Alerts pinging you when money moves. These are not glamorous steps. They are quiet shields, and they hold your future self steady. Here is the Scorpio test you can use today. If a thing must stay secret to function, it is probably draining you. If writing it down makes your shoulders drop, sign it. Which line of truth, which piece of structure, which shield will you put in place before the day ends? Scorpio moves through life with intensity, loyalty, and a sharp instinct for what is real. In love, Scorpio wants depth and devotion, not half promises. In money, Scorpio prefers control and privacy, not chaos. At work, Scorpio respects power that is earned and structure that holds. In family, Scorpio protects fiercely and expects honesty in return. This pact gathers those traits into one page, so your home carries the same steadiness your heart craves. Begin with a clear title and today's date. everyone who shares decisions signs. Place the page where all can see it. Visibility is antidote to secrecy. A pact you can point to cools arguments before they start and keeps affection from carrying the weight of guesswork. Line 1 is the spending ceiling. State that the household will spend no more than 70% of net income. This is Scorpio choosing stamina over spectacle. Oxygen in the budget means emergencies do not become dramas, and rest is not a guilty luxury. It is the difference between reacting and ruling. Line 2 is pay yourself first and automate it. 10 to 20% moves the day after income into a safety fund equal to 3 to 6 months of costs, and into a retirement or conservative account you understand. If you are paying down high interest debt, begin at 5 to 8% so the habit survives while you fight the fire. This is Scorpio loyalty turned inward. You take care of your future self before the world asks you to spend on its schedule. Line 3 is the family lending rule. No document, no lending. When lending does happen, write the amount, the purpose, the schedule by week or month, and what occurs if a payment is missed. This is Scorpio in relationships. Clear terms keep love clean, stop resentment from growing in the dark, and protect bonds you want to keep for life. It is not cold to write. It is kind to remove confusion. Line 4 is a 30-day pause on new consumer debt. Any large purchase waits one full pay cycle. This is Scorpio self-mastery. Desire is allowed to cool, so the choice comes from clarity instead of heat. If the want remains calm a month later, you will meet it with a steady hand. Add the Scorpio shared resource map. List joint accounts, co-signed loans, business interests, rental properties, and family trusts. Note who has access, how to reach each institution, and where original documents live. This is the part most homes skip, and it is where Scorpionic power shines. When everyone who needs to know can find what matters, you remove the shadows that breed panic and conflict. Seal the page with a mini ritual. Read the pact aloud. Each person signs in turn, not as a performance, but as a promise. Take a clear scan and store it in a folder named Scorpio Safe Money. Place a copy in a simple binder where any adult in the home can find it. Then take one breath together. You have just turned intensity into integrity, passion into protection, and privacy into shared strength. The second signature is the automatic self-transfer. Think vault first, feelings later. Schedule a standing transfer for the day after income arrives so care moves before craving wakes up. Divide the money between a safety fund that grows toward 3 to 6 months of living costs and a retirement or conservative account you understand. If your income rises and falls, set the rule as a percentage so it flexes with reality. Add a fourth Sunday calendar review to increase, hold, or pause with intention. This is Scorpio discipline in motion. You protect before you spend, and your future self feels the loyalty in every quiet deposit. The third signature is the one-page deposit and milestone addendum. Think clarity first, then kindness. For every active client or partner, attach a plain language page that standardizes how money and time move. Ask for a deposit of 30 to 50% at sign-in to reserve capacity and turn promises into commitment. Set payment cadence to net 7 or net 14 after each milestone. Define each milestone in one sentence so both sides know exactly what unlocks the next payment, whether that is file delivered, session completed, or version approved. Include a late fee and the right to pause work until the account is current. Require that any change in scope be confirmed by email with a priced add-on before you proceed. Add a Scorpio clause for confidentiality and data handling, so it is clear who sees what and how long you retain materials. This is Scorpio work because it ends the power struggle. You stop chasing payments and absorbing scope creep in silence. You stop bleeding energy into unspoken resentment. You begin receiving what is due on time, and you deliver from steadiness rather than stress. Introduce it with grace and firmness. You might say that to keep timelines clean and protect both sides, you are standardizing a one-page payment and service addendum that confirms deposits, milestones, and scope changes, so you can reserve the slot with full focus. Most good clients will welcome it because good structure protects them too. Set the transfer today. Draft the addendum today. Send it to your 2 most important clients before the day ends, when money and timelines are written. You do not need to argue. The page carries the weight, and you keep your power. The 4th signature is Beneficiaries and a limited financial authorization. Open your list of bank, insurance, and retirement accounts and check who is named to receive what. Update both primary and contingent beneficiaries and write clear percentages beside each name so there is no guessing in a hard moment. Then sign a limited financial authorization that allows a trusted person to pay medical and essential bills only if you are temporarily unable to act. Keep the scope narrow, the trigger clear, and the duration stated. Scan these papers and place the files in a folder named Scorpio Safe Money and tell your trusted person where the originals live. This is classic Scorpio stewardship. You remove the mystery before a crisis tries to use it against your family. The 5th signature is fixed recurring costs for the next 6 to 12 months. Call your providers for internet, phone, software, and storage, and lock a stable rate. Ask for a single right to downgrade if your usage stays low for 3 months, so you are not trapped in an oversized plan. Confirm the new rate in writing and set a reminder to review 9 months from now. Predictability lowers household stress. When prices stop jumping, arguments cool, planning gets easier, and you can feel the floor under your feet. Scorpio prefers a steady base, so energy can be used for real transformation rather than constant firefighting. The 6th signature is insurance that fits your age, plus clean cyber hygiene. Sit with your policies and confirm what would actually happen if you were hospitalized. Note inpatient and outpatient terms in plain words. Ask your insurer for quotes on a serious illness lump sum and an income replacement rider in case an accident or long recovery interrupts your earnings. The point is not to insure every annoyance. It is to shield the rare but ruinous events that can tilt a stable home. The same day, harden your digital perimeter. Turn on 2-factor authentication for every bank and card. Enable real-time transaction alerts. Move your passwords into a manager so they are unique and strong. If your country allows it, place a temporary credit lock whenever you are not seeking new credit. Scorpio rules the hidden, so you protect the edges you cannot see. Quiet safeguards now are what keep love, money, and dignity intact later. This is the page most people postpone, and the one that delivers the deepest calm. The Scorpio legacy packet takes everything that could become a crisis and turns it into clear instructions that anyone you trust can follow. It is not morbid, it is merciful. Begin with an asset and liability list. Write a simple inventory of accounts, properties, loans, business interests, and any digital wallets. Include the institution name, the last 4 digits of the account, the contact number or web portal, and the current role of each item in your life. Seeing the full picture on one sheet removes the fog that makes families freeze when time matters most. Add a map of document locations. Note where the will and any trust instruments are stored, where titles and deeds live, where partnership agreements and tax returns can be found. If something is held by a professional, record the name, firm, and direct contact. The goal is that a capable adult could sit in your chair for 1 hour and know exactly where to look. Create a crisis playbook. In the first lines, list who to call first, how to access emergency funds, and which bills or subscriptions should be paused or cancelled immediately. Write the order of operations for a hospital stay, a travel emergency, or a short incapacity. Keep the tone simple and kind. You are lifting cognitive load from people who will already be carrying emotion. Include your digital keys. Write the location and access instructions for your password manager master key, or name the recovery contact who can unlock it on your behalf. Note the devices you use and how to reach their recovery settings. Digital life is part of real life now. Scorpio protects the hidden places, and that includes the accounts behind the glass. Add a short page of care wishes. In plain language, describe your medical and financial preferences if you cannot decide. You are not writing legal directives here unless you choose to. You are giving guidance to the people who love you so they do not have to guess, argue, or fear that they are dishonoring you. Decide where the packet lives. Place a clearly labeled binder in a calm, obvious spot at home, and mirror the contents in a secure digital folder. Tell one trusted person how to find both, and confirm that they know the minimal steps to open what matters. If you have already signed a limited financial authorization in an earlier chapter, note it here as well, so the path is clean. Seal the packet with a brief ritual. Read the cover page out loud, tap the binder closed, and exhale. In true Scorpio fashion, you have transformed fear into form. You have taken power back from uncertainty and handed your family a map instead of a maze. This is not about control. It is about care so deep it becomes quiet. Tonight, give yourself 15 to 20 minutes under the Scorpio new moon. Write down your 3 biggest leaks in plain words. Examples include unwritten family loans, subscriptions you do not use, and clients who always pay late. Then sign 3 documents in one sitting. First, the 1-page money boundaries pact. Second, the automatic self-transfer that begins tomorrow and pays you first. Third, the deposit and milestone addendum for your 2 most important clients or partners. Finish by placing a 4th Sunday household review on your calendar so everyone knows when you will check in together. Days 2 through 14 are for stabilizing the floor. Call your providers and lock recurring bills at a steady rate. Turn on 2-factor authentication everywhere you bank or spend. Enable real-time transaction alerts. Clean your passwords and move them into a manager so they are strong and unique. Update beneficiaries across bank, insurance, and retirement accounts, and sign the limited financial authorization so a trusted person can pay essentials if you cannot. Days 15 through 30 deepen the protection. Request quotes for age-right insurance riders that matter most to you, such as a serious illness lump sum and income replacement. Assemble your Scorpio legacy packet so anyone you trust could find what matters without guessing. Run a shared resource audit and write down who has access to which accounts, properties, or business interests, and why that access exists. Make room for real life with calm adjustments. If you carry high interest debt, pay from the highest rate down and keep a small self-transfer of 5 to 8%. So the habit survives, then raise it toward 10 to 20% as pressure eases. If you are dealing with shared assets or complex terms, speak with a lawyer or accountant, so the result is clarity and fairness instead of confusion. If your income is variable, keep transfers as percentages and require deposits in every client addendum so your cash flow has a life jacket when the water is rough. You do not need perfection. You need one small signature a day. Every signature is a kind boundary. Every boundary is a piece of peace. Under this Scorpio new moon, let depth replace denial and let structure replace stress. May your money be protected, your power be quiet and steady, and your home feel warm because the hidden places are finally in order.